As my recorder delays, welcome to Dynasty Warriors 6 Part 3. This is the Emperor's event, one of the many events you gotta watch out for. Now, in this event you have one of two choices. Either one, give funds to the Imperial Court, and you'll have protection from the Emperor for Liu Yang only.
You dare refuse an Imperial decree?
Do like I do and refuse the Imperial decree and eventually get the Imperial seal later on in the game, as well as get more money. And eventually become Emperor and get more money. Cause money helps, even though it's capped at 99,999. Now there are other events you need to watch out for, one of them being Lu Ming. First before I talk about that, let me get my cards here. We get High Spirits, Dragon Will, Master Defenses, and Bluff. Although High Spirit's the best card out of all of them, and so is Dragon's Will. That's probably the card I was talking about in the last episode. Anyway, now in this episode, speak of the devil, one of those events I wanted to talk to you about is Lu Ming. Lu Ming has this one event where he'll go on a 3-month journey. During that 3-month time, he'll only have one officer. You put him in your main force, he's bound to be captured by another force before he can finish his journey. However, if he completes his journey, he'll learn the special ability Flames. However, every time he comes on your force, he will always learn Flames in 3 months' time, and will always be reduced down to 1 troop until that 3-month period is over. That is a redundant event, just to be honest with you, and if you took the time to customize Lu Ming, it really is redundant. And what am I doing right now, before I continue talking about the events? I'm just choosing my music for this. Of course.
Troops, advance.
Like I said, 4 definitely has the better soundtrack, but 6 is just as good. Now then,
So what am I going
another event you want to watch out for is Diao Chan. Depending on her dialogue, if you have her in your force, when she appears as an officer that you can employ, you have her in a force for 5 months, she will take half of your troops and run off with them. There is no reason for that. But the fact of the matter is, unless you have Dao Chan in your starting army, expect to just dismiss her whenever chance you get, because you'll lose half of your troops.
A fine display of
Another event to watch out for is the Nanmins. Yes, the Nanmins. Jump, damn you, jump! Thank you. Anyway, the Nanmins will appear for enemy officers, and when they do, they will lower the troop count of all of your officers. It's a rather annoying thing. Meanwhile, there is only one special event during the Yellow Turban Rebellion. Okay, let me stop stuttering for a little bit. Take a breath. Alright, now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Yellow Turban Rebellion. There is that special event during the Yellow Turban Rebellion scenario that Zhang Jiao will constantly appear and will restore troops to his officers every time he is still an active force. Yes, that can be annoying, but it is a special event.
excellent.
Let's see. As for other events you have to watch out for, you have to watch out for Zhou Yu, because Zhou Yu and Lu Jun also, and Peng Tong, almost forgot about them. They'll employ the fire attack, which will lower your officer's troop strength. And then there's another person you gotta watch out for, which is Zhuge Liang. Unless he's on your side, Zhuge Liang will up the attack of the event. Yeah, the event with Zhuge Liang will up the attack of your enemies, which can be dangerous, while the event with Sima Yi will up the defense of your enemies, provided Sima Yi is on your team.
A fine display of skill. I am impressed.
These events will randomly happen.
Attack!
And there are also some good events. Like, for instance... Okay, let's just rip everybody to shreds right quick. But the best event out of this whole entire game would be the Ming Huo event.
That's one less nuisance on the battlefield.
Ming Huo event is real simple. If you beat Ming Huo in the non-mins, and it's a rare occurrence that this event will happen, you defeat Ming Huo in the non-mins, Ming Huo in the non-min territories, that's what I meant to say. Ming Huo will double the level of your troops, which I gotta say is probably one of the best events ever, because you can get to level 50 really quick thanks to that. However, Ming Huo is one of the officers here, so don't expect that event to happen. But there's also other events, like certain officers insurrecting from their normal forces. And speaking of insurrections, that was an event that you find in officer mode. You can actually insurrect against certain officers in the area and take it over for yourself.
What just happened? I'm out of here! That's one less nuisance on the battlefield.
Yay, treasure!
I guess I had to lose sometime.
I mean, there are not that many events that I can remember, but those are some that I keep seeing right off the bat.
Alright, let's try this again.
I mean, I understand they did that, but I kind of miss the event battles in Dynasty Warriors 5. And in Empires, and in Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires. Hell, sometimes even Samurai Warriors had event battles. And event cutscenes, to be honest.
One less nuisance on the battlefield.
Those event cutscenes and battles are pretty awesome. And motherfucker, let me go ahead and express this now, since this had already happened. Defections. I really didn't want to talk about them this episode, but since this happened, I might as well get it off your way now. I mean, nothing happened to where that guy had to defect. Defections happen randomly, and when they happen, guess what? They happen at the worst possible time, when somebody's defecting from your forces.
Now is the time.
Now, if somebody's defecting to your forces, that's the best thing that can happen to you. Right now, the guy that defected from my force, I forgot his name, Sui Cheng, it turns out that that guy has the High Spirit card. And the worst thing is, he defected to the losing side. Game! Why do you do this shit? That's one of my biggest gripes with this defection system. Even though, yeah, it should be a double-edged sword, there should be at least ways to stop them from defecting like they were in Samurai Warriors 2 Empires. But unfortunately it happens at random. And because he defected, I lost out on the card High Spirits. I hate it when that shit happens.
I am Zhou Tai.
But I got a new officer, so all is good. Yeah, let's try to do the Great Search. Or Chosen, one of the two. Let's hope I get a female officer. Female officer.
In your employ.
Ah, damn it. Let's try it again. I mean, come on. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Let's get some taxes first. Then let's try it again later. Oh, right. Council. Anywho, let's pick the council and let's hopefully get some more officers. Hopefully female, because I really need female officers to show off marriages. I could show off oaths right about now, but it's marriages is probably one of the more important ones, because oaths are much as fickle to defect as marriages are. And like I said, the guy with the high spirits card is pretty much gone. So let's get into a battle. Let's see, who do I want to get this time? Somebody's interfering. Oh well, it's no big deal. Maybe I should turn off my announcements for the Xbox 360. Because that kind of happened during Trouble Witches. I don't think it did, but it did. Alright, let's do this. But I kind of went off topic. I don't want to run out of things to say. But at this point, I, like I said, wanted to show off oaths, which eventually I will.
We shall leave no enemy standing. Troops,
and I also wanted to show off marriages, which I eventually will. And by the way, another gripe I can actually point out here, now that I think about it and it's on my mind, the gripe of Chosen and the Great Search. Back in the previous Empire's games, you were able to search for the officer you want. Oh, goody. Why did it have to be an inspired or rallied officer? Yeah, rallying officer, that's what it is. But back in the Dynasty Warriors games, you're able to, when you pick the policy, you can choose what officer you want on your force. In this game, it's random select, which definitely sucks. Because really, if I wanted random select, I would have basically, if I really wanted random select, I would have just, picked one of the other, damn it! My mind is blank. But what was I saying? Oh yes, I'm just having a brain, even though I'm having a brain fart here, if I really wanted to have random select, I would have actually picked one of the random select policies from Dynasty Warriors 5. At least when you got better policies, you were able to pick which officer you want to hire. This game you don't, and you can't. Oh, and another thing, there is no good ruler or horrible ruler in this game. There is simply either you're going to be an escort for, well, not escort, more like a vanguard for the Emperor. Why did I say escort? Or you're going to be the Emperor yourself. And even then, you can choose whether or not to take the throne once you refuse to give tribute to the Emperor. With all the things that were wrong with this game, there are some things that this game actually did fix. It has more customization options, and it has, well done. The option to become either a ruler or officer. Now, the officer events are kind of plentiful. I'll be able to talk about them throughout the entirety of this playthrough. I just hope nobody else defects again, because that would suck. It's just the defection in this game. There is no defection there's no meter to show whether or not you have high trust or things like that. And anybody in the comments that are watching this video, please inform me about how defection works in this game, because to me it feels random. And just like you saw in that last battle, it was pretty random. Oh, by the way, I had to cut away because my virus scanner was going off. So I had to wait till it was finished before I continued. Now, if anything, I just hope somebody else defects from the enemy side onto my side. But how friendships work, I heard from some gamers, it's depending on who you want to fight in a battle with. No. Who is the top 2 slots, basically, or something of that nature. I hear a lot of ways. But I do believe the surefire way is to aid your allies in battle when they're asking for help. Or just pretty much win battles or something like that. Because again, they randomize who your friends are. Or you could go into battle as them. That's what sometimes worked for me. But friendships are a good thing because in this game you don't have all the armors for your created character unlocked. As a matter of fact, you have to go through either officer mode or have friends give you armor in ruler mode, alongside with other things your friends will actually give you. Like, for instance, they'll give you level up your self. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. They level up yourself, they'll level up your weapon, and they'll even restore all your troops back to normal. And sometimes they'll give you gems for you to use in the blacksmith to pretty much forge and embed. Why am I saying I'm getting a little nervous here. But they give you gems to forge and embed weapons, which is pretty great. But like I said, unlike marriages, oaths can still betray you. And when they do, oh my. It only happened once to me. And that's when I had Sima Yi as a friend, and he all of a sudden turned his back on me right when we were winning a battle.
Strike the enemy.
And when he did, he took like 2 or 3 other officers with him. And that pretty much sucked. But I still managed to win the battle. How'd you think I'd get the 5,000? Yeah, I was kind of in the middle of playing Dynasty Warriors 6. And Duff King 56 appears. Who knew? Now, speaking of double, I was talking about Lu Ming. Lo and behold, that does appear. Let's just hope I don't capture him because I'm going to release him. I don't want to have to deal with his stupid journey. Even though a journey for wisdom is all well and good, Lu Ming will...
Everyone, withdraw.
Lu Ming, every time you recruit him, will repeatedly change one of his skills to flames. And that can be annoying at some point. Anyway, that's 2 territories for this part. And oh god, I am so sorry for this. I'm going to have to stop right here, because this will be the end of Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires Part 3. In Part 4, we'll conquer some more lands. This is RVman95. See you guys next